is Grace Rudnitsky. I'm with the Ethiopian National Project that works to ensure the full and successful integration of Ethiopian Jews into Israeli society. But actually, I'm asking as a mother of three, two of whom are teenage girls. And I wanted to ask you what your message to teenage girls is today.
One, that they are fortunate to live at a time when there are no closed doors. And to whatever calling they pursue, they should, if there's something they're passionate about, they should pursue that. Never alone, but whether it's the environment, whether it's human rights, to join together with other like-minded people. So I think it's a good age for daughters. When I think of, my granddaughter just graduated from law school. When I attended law school, women were less than 3% of the lawyers in the United States. There were 9 women in my entering class and over 500 men. My daughter went to that same law school. The women were then 25%. When my granddaughter, who just graduated, attended that school, is now 50-50. Where they had 2 women deans in a row, including Justice Kagan, my colleague. And in all my undergraduate years and law school, I never had a woman teacher. When people ask me, did you always want to be a judge? It would be most impractical goal because the women weren't there. The first woman ever appointed to a federal appellate court was Florence Allen in 1934, appointed by Franklin Delano Roosevelt. She retired the year I graduated from law school, and then there were none until 1968 when Johnson appointed Shirley Hofstetler. Shirley Hofstetler became the first ever Secretary of Education, and then there were none again. The credit for the change in the face of the judiciary is due to President Jimmy Carter. As he looked around at the federal courts and he said, they all look like me. But that's now not how the people of the United States look. So he made it his mission to appoint women and members of minority groups in numbers to the court, not as one-at-a-time curiosities. He never had a vacancy to fill on the Supreme Court, but he literally changed the complexion of the federal judiciary, and Reagan, not to be outdone, was determined to put the first woman on the Supreme Court and made a nationwide search and came up with a wonderful choice in Sandra Day O'Connor. The first woman appointed to a federal district court, a trial court, Bernita Shelton Matthews, was still alive when I was appointed to the Court of Appeals. She was in her 90s, and I had the benefit of many conversations with her. When she spoke about the days when she was a member, in fact, she was counsel to the National Women's Party. That was the group that wouldn't settle for the vote. They wanted the Equal Rights Amendment. During the suffrage campaign, she told me she would go to the White House, hold up her sign, Votes for Women. If she was hassled by the police, she would never respond because she didn't want to risk having an arrest record, which might make it difficult